All right, this video is going to be about all you need to know about the crop tool and probably more, even more than you need for exercise 8. So first things first, selecting the crop tool. It exists in the toolbar. If you just want to grab it really quickly, you hit C on your keyboard. And let's take a look at the up top stuff, because this is really important, the things that we're going to have. So first of all, if we have this just clear here, you'll notice I can just grab this and kind of like move it in any way I want, and you see the way it kind of scrubs around. I'm going to hit escape to get out of that. What this does now, the way it works is it has like a crop preview, and then you have to accept it and stuff like that. But let's look at some other things we can do. So up here we can actually set, first of all, you see this says ratio. So in exercise 1 we're going to want squares. So squares are a ratio of 1 to 1. Now that will constrain it perfectly for me so that I can crop. So say I'm looking for a symmetrical, or at least a near symmetrical, approximate symmetrical, right? I'd crop it like this. Obviously, if we don't want that crop, we hit back. How did I accept that crop? I guess I should talk about that. You'll notice here it goes into a crop preview. You can either double click on it or hit the return key, and that will accept your thing. Besides this here, we can set width, height, and resolution. So I could set it to say, hey, I want it to be 8 inches by 10 inches. And now I need to know my resolution, right? We're working print, so I'm going to say 300, right? And that's pixels per inch. That's what we want. Now we can flip that and say I want 10 by 8. I can clear that. And you'll notice, excuse me, there's ones that we can just grab instantly. We don't have to type those things in. So obviously for exercise 8 you need square. Excuse me. You can do that. I'm going to hit clear. What else do we have here? I'm going to hit escape for a second to get out of the crop mode. And say I wanted to straighten. What if I wanted to straighten on this thumb, right? I can click that. I clicked this tool here, and then I ran my straighten tool, and Adobe will make a judgment to make it either horizontal or vertical, and you can always switch that. But notice I straightened it there. I'm just going to hit escape because I don't want that. Another really important thing for Studio 2 going into it is right here. And this is, we can show the grid type. So in Studio 2, you're going to have to use either the rule of thirds, the golden ratio or golden spiral, or even the triangle, the golden triangles. We haven't talked about that yet. But say, well, right now I have it set to rule of thirds. One good thing to do is to say, always change this mode to always show overlay, and then simply click anywhere on it. Don't double click, don't drag and click, just click on it. And then it will always show, like say I wanted to see this thing called the golden spiral, which you'll learn about in a coming class. That will be on it so that we can easily visualize that kind of thing, these compositional structures. So right, when I find the crop I want, I just take it and I either hit return or I double click on it, and there it is. I have a cropped image. That's everything you need to know about the crop tool and probably more. There is this content aware thing. I don't really understand how that works, and I'd probably just say we don't need to know.